We are 30 days out from the special election on redistricting. Voters will decide whether or not to adopt new congressional maps. They were designed by Democrats to try to counteract President Trump's push to add more Republican seats in other states. This week, more than 23 million California voters will receive their ballots in the mail. Checking in on the numbers, as of last month, nearly half of all voters are registered with the Democratic Party. 25% of voters are registered with the Republican Party, and 22% are no party preference. But throughout the year, there's been some changes in voter registration and with which party voters want to identify. Since February 10th, 82,000 people chose no party preference when registering to vote. There was also a jump for the Republican Party, with it gaining 48,000 voters. But Democrats only gaining 190 voters in 200 plus days. We are 30 days.
That is absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal news for Democrats, right? Now, obviously, they have a massive gap here, as you can see right there on your screen. About 45%. Republicans 25, other 22, or no party, 22. But when you consider the fact that most independents are breaking towards Republicans, which I'm assuming this would be the independent group, right? Yeah, that's a little bit more daunting than what Democrats would like. And then when you consider the numbers that she put up, the new registration, 190 folks, 190 people since February, less than 200 people. That is horrific. That is horrific. 190 people since February. That's all Democrats have gained, while Republicans have gained almost 50,000. Absolutely incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. And then we consider, this poll here, which, take it with a grain of salt, right? Because, of course, it's this clip is coming from CNN, but check it out.
Is Trump doing what he promised in the 2024 campaign? Yes, 52%. The majority of Americans say that Donald Trump is doing what he promised, compared to 48% who said no. So what essentially is going on here is the voters expected all of this from Donald Trump. The majority did, and that is why his favorable rating, simply put, has not really moved all that much compared to where it was a year ago. Trump is basically doing what the American people thought that he was going to do. Indeed, if you look at the numbers, Trump has basically the steadiest favorable rating this much through a presidency of any president on record, and it's basically where he was a year ago, good enough to get him reelected.
So his favorable rating is basically the same as it was last year, which we all know he won election last year. So that says a lot. That says a whole lot, especially when you have the Democrat Party and mainstream media continually bashing him, continually going after him. You have a situation where his policies haven't really even fully taken hold yet. Everything isn't peachy quite yet. So if this is the bottom for Trump, come midterms, come 2028, it's going to get ugly for the Democrats. It is going to get really, really ugly for that party. Now, also, when you consider this, it is getting really ugly. And yes, this is just the governor's race. I get it. But I think this says a lot, especially considering that not long ago, Joe Biden, hold on. Especially considering not long ago, Joe Biden had won the state by double digits. In this past election, Trump only lost by like 4 or 5 points. And that state I'm talking about is New Jersey, and the governor's race, which is neck and neck.
The Democrats' worst nightmare is coming true. Jack Ciattarelli is on the verge of flipping New Jersey red. What was supposed to be a safe blue state is now a toss-up. Poll after poll shows the Democrat lead evaporating, and in some cases, Jack is already ahead. Independents are breaking red by double digits. Working class families are fed up with the liberal status quo, and even Democrat mayors are endorsing him. Y'all like the video right here, follow for more updates, and let's
That is true. Democrat mayors in New Jersey are endorsing the Republican for governor. That is facts.
get into this. These numbers are staggering. Since 2021, Democrats have lost over 215,000 registered voters in New Jersey. Republicans have gained thousands just in the last 30 days. Early voting returns show Republicans up nearly 2% on mail-in ballots. That translates into a 15,000 vote advantage right now before Election Day. This is the same pattern we saw in Virginia with Glenn Youngkin, when Glenn Youngkin came from nowhere to crush Terry McAuliffe. Democrats are still obsessing over Trump and pushing wedge issues. Republicans are focused on parental rights, the economy, and the people versus the political class. The Charlie Kirk effect is real. His woke up voters nationwide. Florida Republicans are registering 3 times as many new voters as before. In California alone, Republicans added 50,000 new voters last month, while Democrats added less than 200. This isn't a normal political cycle. It's a political earthquake. If these trends hold, Citarelli will not just win, he'll blow Mickey Shirell out of the water and send shockwaves across the entire country. Democrats thought they had total control over the electoral process, and they don't. Ordinary Americans are taking their states back. This is what a realignment looks like. Y'all like the video? Let me know what you think in the comments. Follow for more. I'll catch you on the next one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it most definitely will send shockwaves, especially when you have, since we have Democrats out here lying, saying that the Republican Party is in shambles and Trump is underwater, and doing their thing that they typically do, right? Trying to tell us and convince us that everything is falling apart because Trump and Republicans and blah 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 blah. The whole nine. And then we come back and we win Jersey. Yeah, all that talk gonna go right out the window. Not really, but it's gonna be obvious that they were blatantly lying, and even more people are gonna be woken up. And I know you're probably like, "Well, Rich, isn't everybody that's gonna be woken up already woken up?" No, clearly not, because we're still seeing people switch over to the Republican Party and leave the Democrat Party. So there's still a lot of people where the light bulb hasn't quite gone off yet, and that might be another moment that will take them there. Now, here's another race, and I actually may talk about this. Actually, I probably will, because this race is quite interesting as well. The race for governor of Virginia. I'm probably going to talk about this on the second channel, so if you're not subscribed on the second channel, make sure you guys go and subscribe. The link is down below in the description box. It is called Extra Rich, XTRA space RICH. All right? You can type that into the search box right here on YouTube, and the channel should pop up. Go subscribe, because I probably will talk about this race over there. But just to give you guys a little bit of a preview, the governor's race for Virginia is at 49 to 45. And I know some of you are like, whoa, Rich, that's a decent gap there. Well, the race was previously the Democrat +7. It's now shrank to +4. And after recent events, it's probably shrank even more to statistically a toss-up, right? So I'll talk about that more on the second channel, because there's some videos and things that I want to get into in regards to that entire race that are quite interesting, to say the least. Now, I do want to show you guys this. Where is it? Here we go. So, as you can see here, it says, it's been revealed that conservatives outnumber liberals in 38 of America's 50 states. So you can see all of the states where conservatives actually outnumber Democrats, which is basically every single state. I mean, look at this. Illinois is basically a tie. pretty even, right? That's what the white represents, obviously. And then you got all of this red. Let me make that a little bit bigger. All of this red around here. Look at all this red. All of that beautiful red, man. All of that beautiful red. Which goes to show also, hey, listen, if we get out and vote, man, Democrats shouldn't be able to win. Democrats can't win. Not with this map. This is ugly for Democrats, right? If we get out and vote, which we should, and we definitely need to, because we still have some rhinos in the party that we need to get rid of. Look at all this red. I mean, even up here. I mean, look at this. Maine, red? Come on now. Come on now. We just have to get out and vote in the numbers that we are supposed to get out and vote in, because we outnumber these folks. We outnumber them. There's no reason why Democrats should be winning any type of elections, even in Illinois. Look at this. 50-50. 50-50. Why is J.B. Pritzker the governor of Illinois? You know, we got to start getting up off our behinds and make sure that we get out and vote, man. But to end this video, I want to show you guys what Trump was posting, and it's this. In Pennsylvania, since the 2024 election, we are up 117,000 registered voters gain, right? Since 2024, we are plus 36,000, okay, in Arizona. In California, we're up almost 200,000 new registered voters in California, of all places. Okay? In California, the movement is real, baby. It is real. In Jersey, up over 50,000 registered voters in New Jersey as well. So, yeah, don't let Democrats out here convince you that, you know, the party is struggling, the movement is struggling. It's not. It is absolutely not. This thing is roaring. It is absolutely roaring. And, Charlie Kirk's death actually accelerated things. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, man. But that's just absolutely accelerated things. I mean, things have absolutely exploded. And Democrats know it. And you can see that. Maybe I'll make a video on that as well on the second channel. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I have time to get to. But, yeah, man. Y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Things are looking fantastic. So once again, do not believe the propaganda when Democrats try to come out here and say Republicans are struggling. Republicans are doing bad. I think I saw a clip of AOC saying Republicans are underwater or Trump is underwater. Ooh, you know, and it's just like, come on, bro, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. The voter registration tells a massive piece of the story, but then also just scrolling through social media. So many clips that I've come across of people talking about, man, I'm leaving the Democrat Party, after the Democrat Party. They woken up and realized that the Democrat Party is no good. You know, I mean, I'm just saying. It's looking real ugly, okay? So don't believe the propaganda. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Make sure you subscribe to the second channel. Once again, the link is down below in the description box. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.